All right, so a good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen, and I think this is the clash that we have been waiting for, and I think it's going to be a good clash. Ruimbo Chakoreka and Brian Matamba in the commentary box for this titanic, massive clash. It is the defending champions, are still undefeated this season, who are going up against the Harare Sports Club Cubs. Now, both sides have got some key players that can do some business, especially for the Cubs. I would say the fullback, Pichisi, has been good. Also, I can say that their second setter, Mfarondoro, has also been very decent. Tawanda Chisungo has also been playing a very decent hand in terms of getting that backline moving. But look at this Pitbulls outfit. It's a phenomenal side.
Just look at the pack size, remember.
They are huge. They are ridiculously huge. And look at that. Look at that tackle. It's a knock-on straight off the bat. And looking at that, I'm not so sure if that is a Tafara Dewa or it must be Nyanyiwa. But it must be one of the two. Nyanyiwa, I know, was on the bench, and he was going to be coming in from the substitutes bench. But just quickly taking a look at that pack, which was putting Old Georgians on wheels last week from Pitbulls, is just massive. Massive, massive, massive. Takudzwa Machimbo, he is the captain. Takudzwa Furusa, the hooker. Kudzai Trakirai, that's the front row. And look at them, they're dominating Harare Sports Club right now. Pushing forward, looking to push a penalty here. And they are still going. And the penalty advantage has been signaled. And they are still going. Harare Sports Club struggling to stop this scrum. Ball finally comes out. Tino Chinyadza finds the gap. But great tackle there. Chisungo also right in there, trying to make sure that they take them down. Now the technical bench, it is Osborne Mohambi. Well, the Pitbulls looking to barge their way over the try line. He is now on his knees, so you have to let him go. Ball comes out, and it's a try time immediately. And it looks like that try goes to one of the back rowers, and surprisingly, in very short order, it is the Pitbulls that have scored their try. One of their back rowers there, I believe it might be McLeod Mzondi, not McLeod, Nyashangwarati or Tafara Dewa. I just need to confirm between the two, but it looks like he's wearing jersey number 4, so that looks like Nyashangwarati, who has scored that try. Tafara Dewa is wearing the red scrum cap, and Nyashangwarati right next to him. Nyashangwarati seems to be the youngster or the son of Guy Ngwarati, former sports director of Lomagandi, now head of Wise Owl School Marondera. Tino Chinyadza, boot looking solid as he nails that kick. Almost pulled it a little bit too much to the right. But Brian, I've been talking a little bit too much. Pitbulls lead 7 points to 0 against Harare Sports Club. Wake up call to Harare Sports Club. They need to up their game.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day at the park. Already we can see that the Pitbull pack is on an ascendance. They've dominated the first few scrums, and they've recycled the ball well. And that try came from having built a couple phases after a solid scrum.
And once again, seeing the forwards just passing the ball through the hands very easy. And Chataika, who is the vice captain, does give a very quick ball and immediately sends it out. And there we go. Good run. Inside Poppers. Great hands. This time round, maybe just slowed down, was a little bit afraid of getting things going. Harare Sports Club found offside there. Well, they were in 6s and 7s, to be fair. And Brendan Musekiwa was the one who was brought to ground before that penalty came. Chinyadza, I would have expected him to go for touch, but he's going to go for post, but he's going to go for touch.
I think they're smelling blood here, Pitbulls. They can feel that if they can put maybe 10, 15 points within 20 minutes and just get Harare Sports Club's heads to drop, they know they can run away with this game.
Yeah, effectively so. And Furusa will have to get this line out right. Furusa did struggle just a little bit with this line out, particularly in game week 3. In game week 4, it seemed to be much better against Old Georgians, but in game week 3, he struggled a little bit here at Old Georgians. So, line out comes, well taken by Pitbulls. They're going to employ the driving maul. We did mention it.
And one thing, it's early days, but you could see that there's a lot of structure with the Pitbulls. Even the way they're clearing out at the ruck, they're coming with a lot of strength and they're clearing out the ruck well. So there's always clean ball for their backs.
Oh yes, clean ball for their backs, and the referee just had to consult a little bit there, but it's try time again for the Pitbulls, and the Harare Sports Club do not know what has hit them at the present moment. It's already 12 points to 0 to the Pitbulls, and I mean, you can even sense the confidence in the youngsters. They're talking about their processes in the game, the forward pack just having a really good time. Ref obviously just having a little bit of a small chat there, just to realign some things. But for Tino Chinyadza, it's going to be another opportunity for him to test his kicking skills. Left-footed, and generally when you've got a left-footed kicker, they tend to be very, very good when they do it. From an international level, we can talk about Dan Carter's, the Carlos Spencer's. This time round, he doesn't get the angles right.
The technique was not that good there.
Yeah, it wasn't really good. He didn't kind of hook the ball to try and get it to curl in. But anyway, they'll still be happy of the 12 points to 0. Sports Club still have got a lot of time to pull this back, but they have to do much better. Tafadzo Chisungo, former Falcon fly half, played in a very good Falcon side. Oh, that's a lovely pop pass. And look at that hit as well. Chataika on the ball, decides to change direction. Chinyadza looks like he's just sent the ball through for a bit of a grabber. Good pickup. Oh, that's a good run. Big tackle. Counter ruck, no, but that was very illegal coming through the side. But that was a very good run. Looks like one of the Ndoro brothers there. Whilst Mufaro Ndoro is wearing the scrum cap. Looks like Kudza Ndoro is his inside center. Chisungo decides to go for a line out. Now this is where Osborne Mohambi will expect his boys to do well. Osborne Mohambi himself, the head coach for the under-20 side, a stickler for lineouts being perfected and being done properly.
Given that he was also a forward during his playing days. So
if you're a backline player, having a head coach who's a forward player can be a bit of a stickler there, but they will want to get this line out right. Looks like it's a 4-ball. Oh, they get it right. It comes in very quickly. Oh, they should have gone for the driving maul quite easily, but that's a penalty. Pitbulls finding themselves offside. A quick tap and go. Oh, good handoff. And Sports Club have responded. And they've responded with aplomb. Pitbulls were caught sleeping. Oh, that isn't even napping. They were caught in deep sleep. Their defense was totally in disarray at that point. A quick tap and go. And Harare Sports Club have just pulled it back. Still trailing by 7 points, but if they get the conversion right, it's just a 5-point game.
you ask where was the defense for Pitbulls. I'm sure right now Coach Madaki is pulling his hair. I'm sure right now he's frustrated how his team defended that play.
Oh, that was so poor. That was horribly poor from the Pitbulls. But look, they are still in the lead. Chisungo goes for the conversion. Unfortunately, pulls it to the left a little bit too much. But he will hope to do a little bit better. Chisungo, I know, one of the youngsters as well that is being looked at as a potential number 10 for the Junior Sables. Did do a decent job for Falcon, has been doing a decent job for Harare Sports Club, but he will know that there's some stiff competition that is ahead of him there, Brian.
Yeah, just also looking at Barthez, will you be worried as Sean D'Souza that given that most of the fly halves have not been kicking at 100%?
Oh yes, 100%. I would be definitely worried. I haven't seen too many fly halves that have been nailing, in particular, penalty goals.
Yeah, and also given that the fly-offs are not kicking at 100%. If you remember last year in the final, the main reason why we lost against Kenya, our kicker then, Benoni, left a lot of points on the kicking tee where they could have easily ran away with a score. They could have easily raised into a 20 lead and win in the final.
Oh, well, it looks like he's out in the clear. Pops it out on the outside, and it's going to be easy try time for the Pitbulls. That's against the run of play. Oh, Chisungo went for an up and under. Gwenzi collected the ball, went under the strike. Chataika with a fast ball on the outside, and ultimately we now just await the conversion. So Pitbulls with an immediate response, and I'm sure Coach Jeff Madake as well as Bob Mahari, who are sitting on their camping chairs right now, will expect Pitbulls to be camping more in the half of the Cubs than in their own half. So waiting for the conversion here. Surely Chinyadza should be able to nail this one. And it looks like he nails it quite nicely. So 19 points to 7, 19 points to 5, rather.
19 for Pitbulls, 7 for Sports Club.
So 19-5 it is, as the Pitbulls continue to hammer along. Chisungo just collecting the ball there to start play. Nice deep kick. Chinyadza will collect it. He will try and find touch. Oh, that's a beautiful kick downfield. Picked up. Kudzaindoro. Chisungo stops, but ran into some traffic there and quite lucky to have protected the ball. Box kick. Brendan Gwenzi, being argued by many, should be a part of the under-20 side. Oh, great tackle on him. Pitbulls have a penalty advantage, it seems. Yes, it has been signaled. Tafara Dewa, Junior Sables player. And Tafara Dewa did experience both sides of the coin, winning the Butters Trophy and unfortunately losing it on home soil. So I'm sure he will also have a point to prove. Chataika on the outside. And he's been carried into touch. I'm sure no need to carry him straight over into Bob Mahari's laps. I'm sure just over the touch line is good enough. Well, 2 more games to come after this one. We do have... oh yes, actually 1 more game to come. Almost lost count there. 1 more game to come. That is the home side, Old Georgians, who will be taking on
The new boys.
The new boys, the Zambezi Steelers, 2 victories under their belt so far. The Steelers did find the going tough in the initial weeks.
So could we say the Steelers are building momentum, or they just had easy games?
I would say those were the games they were expected to win. And they've done that, so that's important. Won the games.
It seems like I don't see them facing the drop, going back to Division 1.
Yeah, not at all. I think the tussle will obviously be amongst the likes of Northern Chiefs, Zimbiru, and Talons. Talons need a win somewhere, somehow. Today they picked up a draw. They played very well. And I'm sure they'll be looking to pick up that win maybe next week if the draw favors them. It looks good. So, get ready for the scrum. Pitbulls don't necessarily have too much. And it looks like, was that an early push in the scrum there?
Early, according to the referee's sign, it was an early push.
I think they were told as the referees to try and watch out for that. There were feelings around the last game that Pitbulls may have been shoving a bit earlier in the scrum against the Old Georgians, the Dragons, a little bit earlier than they should have. And so maybe the refs have been asked to watch for that, keep an eye on that. Also, sometimes it can feel like as if it's a sign that Pitbulls are also weary of the sports club pack, which may not necessarily look too big, but maybe have got some steel in them.
They've held their own so far. Given if you just look at size, that Pitbulls are the bigger pack.
Indeed, they are. So just a little bit of a pause in play as we await the ball to come back. No ball boys today. So, Harare Sports Club with the line out, looking for a good one. It doesn't go in straight by any stretch of the imagination. But Takudzwa Machimbo picks it up.
Good leg drive there.
Chataika. Ball comes out. Chataika looking for where to go. Well, feel that almost could have been a forward pass. But anyway, Pitbulls continue with play. And there we go, a knock on at the base of the rack. Harare Sports Club just getting the small wins. And these small wins could ultimately pay off the dividends that they would like.
And also it builds confidence in them, the small victories.
Yeah, the small victories now obviously need to be more and more. And those small victories need to be more and more in the half of the Pitbulls if they intend to put anything on them. But so far, the Pitbulls leading 19-7 and should be the happier of the two. The first half has been also a little bit scrappy, I must add. Might not be the best words that any of the viewers who love the Pitbulls might want to hear, but it has been a bit scrappy. Yes, they've scored the tries, but not as near as clinical as we know the Pitbulls can be.
Yeah, we expected them to be more clinical. Yes, the first 10 minutes, they looked more sharper, but they've kind of like slammed a bit.
Good to see some old boys around from Churchill. They'll always be milling around where purple is on the field. Well, Mfarondoro, he has been held up by Curtis Mashonganyika, but all this play is irrelevant, I would say, as the referee has blown for a short-term penalty. And Pitbulls making one too many mistakes, and already you can see Jeff Matake holding his hips and communicating his frustration.
And the penalty count keeps piling for Pitbulls.
Yeah, that penalty count not looking too good. So it's try time again for the Pitbulls, and Harare Sports Club just making one too many mistakes. Every time they seem to be on the front foot, Brian, and they're just allowing the Pitbulls just to capitalize on a mistake. And you get punished for these things at this level, Brian.
And scoreboard pressure starts to to get on you, especially for RFC Sports Club. Pitbulls have been a bit scrappy, but somehow they've got a healthy lead.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you are just a champion, you can scrap your way through to victories, but it's supposed to be a match that is supposed to make things difficult. The conversion looks like it's successful, and it is. And so that one takes it to 26-7.
26.
So 26 points to 7 it is, and Pitbulls are in the lead against Harare Sports Club. Well taken. Pass comes out. Looks like Pitbulls looking to make more use of their forwards. Chinyadza decides to go on the blind side. Oh, he cuts through the defense and he's on the run. Looking for the pass. Well, it was pushed back by Harare Sports Club, so they'll take on that possession. But Chinyadza, look at the way that he's just slicing through.
What a line break.
Oh, what a line break there. And you can expect more of that to be there as the day continues.
Another small victory for RFC Sports Club.
Oh, yes, penalty there. Doro. Ah, right out to the winger. He could go all the way to the corner flag, but he's been intercepted by a tackle there. He lost possession, and Brandon Gwenzi now decides to aim for the commentary box. Misses us by a whisker, but that was more of an urgent kicker to try and clear the lines of the Pitbulls. Pitbulls actually are finding themselves under pressure there. Harare Sports Club, if they do play their game, running through the hands, they've got some good runners, decent runners in their back line. They can cause one or two problems.
And I'm starting to think, what's the penalty count now against Pitbulls? They keep on giving away penalties.
Well, they keep on giving away penalties, but comes back to the question again, Brian. If it's a penalty in the half of your opposition, you should be able to either kick for touch, win your line out, or be kicking for posts. This is where we want to see the fly-offs working, the boot working. Get those small margins of victory. We want to see Chisungo come up toe for toe against Chinyadza and see who's got the better boot here. Chinyadza at the moment is winning the battle in terms of playmaking for Pitbulls and finding those areas and obviously converting one or two of those tries. But for Chisungo, he now needs to step up. He also needs to play make. He also needs to step up with the boot. Even try a drop goal from this angle. Let's see some of that experimentation. We haven't seen that. If it could be done by Joel Stransky to win South Africa their very first World Cup, if it could be done by Johnny Wilkinson to win England their second World Cup, then surely it could be done by these boys.
That's very true. But like you're saying, I think Chinyadza has just shown more flair in this game than his opposite number.
Yeah, a bit more flair. But we know what Chisungo can do when given the opportunity to do so. Ball comes out, 8th man break, 2-9, past Chisungo to Ndoro, who goes straight into contact. And well, I don't think the Pitbulls have actually got that one, but well, they do. And that pass goes out. Brandon Gwenzi has got silky feet. Pops it back inside to Curtis Mashonganyika. They played for Lomagandi last year. Another big run. Oh, that's Chakirai. Oh, Chakirai loves to run, and today he's been making a couple of carries there. Oh, lovely ball. Dewa, but I felt no way he was going to get past them. Good tackle by the Ndoro brothers. It was Ndoro by 2.
Ndoro combo.
Ndoro combo. I'm not so sure if you can find it on any one of our fast food outlets. Referee blows a knock on, and that goes in favor of the Pitbulls. I'm not sure where the knock on happened there with the Pitbulls having retained possession, but referee does blow for that. So it's going to be another scrum. Just imagine how it feels like facing Machimbo, Chakirai and Furusa on that front row. Must be menacing. So just to highlight as well that the Ndoro boys will be there for St. George's. So
we're going to see them come schoolboy season and Derby Day.
Chataika was looking for crash ball, didn't get it through for Curtis Mashonganyika. But the Pitbulls have broken out there. Oh, what a take by Brendan Gwenzi. That ball was way behind him. And it gives an inside pop pass again to Machimbo. Chataika looking for quick ball. It goes behind, and still Harare Sports Club, this time in 6s and 7s, as the ball is going through the hands. So, Chataika, quick tap. Sports Club are in 6s and 7s. They are trying to defend this one. Quick ball again. Almost making it through. Coming to offer some help, but falling over the ball there and knocking it at the base of the rack. Now that's the second time that the Pitbulls have done it in the half of Harare Sports Club, and they will be a little bit livid with their delivery in the final third. I'm sure they would have been at least 2 or 3 more tries ahead.
I think they're getting too eager whenever they're in the final third. They're rushing. Yet when they're building from their own half, they're not rushing. That's why they're gaining yards and they're attacking the gain line. But when they're now in the final third, they're rushing.
Oh yeah, hopefully they will learn how not to rush. As for Harare Sports Club, slowly building themselves back into the game. They've got a scrum here. I want to point out to the Harare Sports Club fullback. I think he's had a pretty decent run this season. Peaches, I believe. Big shove. Deciding to run from their own 22. Ndoro, very lucky not to have been close-lined. And that was not rolling away. And
since the Kansas still stays there, where people don't know what zone they are in. You're in your own 22, it's your own scrum. If you secure the ball, you clear your lines, then you reset. But it seems like people want to go for the dangerous or the more adventurous, running from your own 22.
And I think if there's anybody that can tell you that sometimes that doesn't work, it is the likes of New Zealand. They've paid the price for that dearly on many occasions. So young man playing 8th man was the Churchill Bulldogs captain last year. That is Takudzwa Makwewera, wearing jersey number 8. And McLeod Muzondiwa moves out of that line out. They make a meal of that line out, but Makwevera picks up on the ball. Oh, lovely pop pass to Mzondiwa, to Mashonganyika, looking for the pass. Well, that's a big tackle on the outside. We're looking to create a mismatch there. One of the back rowers out there, and it's a penalty. and not rolling away Harare Sports Club. So a quick tap and go as Pitbulls look to add more. Ndoro puts in a good tackle. Another drive for the try line by the Pitbulls. Well cleared at the breakdown. Oh, that's a cross kick. Oh, and he's knocked it on. Oh, my word. He's knocked it on.
In his own 22.
In his own 22. In his own 5 meter, I would say. And that looks like it's going to be as good as a 5 meter scrum to the Pitbulls, who I believe are going to shove for dear life here.
This is like a half chance to the Pitbulls.
I would say it's a full chance with the way that they've been pushing within their scrums. I'm sure they're going to try and push, gain a penalty advantage, and then just pick it and go over the try line. But so far, it's also been a good halfback pairing communication between Chataika and Chinyadza. Looks like Chinyadza has actually gone off.
Yeah, I noticed that. He's been taken off. We're yet to get the actual news whether does he have a slight niggle or but I think he might have a slight niggle.
Looks like he has pulled his hamstring actually. And that's not good news, especially for the Junior Sables, as we believe is also part of the squad that is training and getting ready. Oh, what a pass. And good running lines as well. Brendan Gwenzi picks it up and he's going to dive over the whitewash for another try. That was as easy as you like. They shifted the defense of Harare Sports Club, and once they had men running on the outside, Brendan Gwenzi was able to join in the queue, take on the ball and score the try. And now Pitbulls in a commanding 31-7 lead.
And this is before the break, so they're definitely getting a foothold on this game.
Oh yeah, a foothold on this game. I still feel, don't count Harare Sports Club out. There are little glimpses of what they can do. They have put as well the Pitbulls here and there on the back foot, unfortunately not capitalizing on some of the chances that have been presented to them. But nonetheless, it's Pitbulls who continue to stretch their lead. And as they go forward, here comes the conversion. Didn't look convincing. And so it remains 31 points to 7.
Pitbulls 7 Sports Club.
We come back to the halfway marker. Scrum half getting ready to restart play for us. High hanging kick. Well collected. And again to Makwewera. Making the big carries. To Gwenzi. Gwenzi passes it out. Chakirai. Oh, wonderful pass. Musekiwa. But it still comes out to a runner. And well, that's a knock on. I don't think the pass was on there. Maybe he needed to have continued going. Would have been a better option and a choice if he had continued going rather than to pass to someone who already had a Harare Sports Club player right behind him. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like it is Mukuiri who has come on in the fly-off position for Chinyadza, who's feeling a tweak in his hamstring. No.
Press play, and then when you're done with the video, I want you to rate it. Yeah, I want you to rate it out of 5. 5 being wait.
Okay. I would say a 4 out of 5 because I was also overwhelmed by emotions there, having done the commentary to this one. But I will also say I feel it wasn't a try, even though it was given as a try. Brendan Gwenzi there just trying to be a little bit too flashy, and Shama Jackson also holding him up there. But I'll rate it a 4 out of 5.
Thanks.
How are you? Huh? you want me to react as well?
And so,
Huh?
Pitbulls on the charge.
Us the singles.
Okay, I see already.
And Pitbulls looking to offload the ball, just taking a little bit too much time. And Harare Sports Club, oh well. Well, that is going to be a knock-on. And Pitbulls are going to have the scrum.
Okay. Fables, the national team, are participating in the Africa Cup.
Yes.
Which country are they playing first?
They're playing against Morocco.
Ganjo.
So it is going to be a scrum. Obviously, I had a good time there with RFU content creator Tiffany Majero, former rugby player herself, and doing a great job of connecting the rugby community with some interesting bites and pieces. You can go to R4U on Instagram and you can find out that piece. But Harare Sports Club under some pressure, but Chisungo actually does a good kick. Gwenzi knocks it on, and that's a knock-on there. But that is the halftime break at 31 points to 7. Pitbulls in a commanding lead, but making more than enough mistakes, I must say, to allow Harare Sports Club back into this contest. Osborne Muambi will have quite a bit to say. I know that he's got other guys that are helping him in his technical team to try and get the team going forward. But it is the Pitbulls who have taken a commanding 31 points to 7 lead.
The first half of this encounter. So the scoreboard is this. Going up against Sports Club. Scoreline reads Pitbulls 25, Sports Club 7. Looking for the second half of Sports Club. Very interesting match so far.
Well, back to the second half, and Ngoma Ndio, as they say. Curtis Mashonganyika taken down after a strong run by Makwevera. And still on the attack, Mukuiri, who has replaced Tino Chinyadza, fortunately tweaking his hamstring, and he's had to go out. So Mukuiri has taken over fly-off duties. Makwevera! What a line break! Surely it's going to be try time. That's one of the easiest tries he'll score, and that one takes it to 36 points to 5.
Surely Pitbulls has got the game now in the bag. There's no way they'll lose a match when you have such a healthy lead and they're playing well. So definitely they've gotten this match in the bag.
And look at that running line from Makwera. I mean, the ball was just sumptuously set up by Mukuiri. And he went ahead and buried it. Pitbulls, it just look like a well-drilled, well-oiled side. These boys have been together for a while, so they continue to drop it like it's hot, as they usually say, among the youngsters. 38 points to 7, and Pitbulls continue to shine. Harare Sports Club with a lot of work to do, and I'm sure for Osborne Muhambi, his desire will be they'll be looking to try and get back into this match.
So what can we say that what's Pitbull eating or what are they doing right? Because they have dominated ever since the under-20 league was brought back. They've dominated it. Already this year, their streets ahead of everyone. So what can other teams or people learn within Zim Rugby from the Pitbulls?
Well, one of the things I can attest to Pitbulls is the fact that Pitbulls play their brand of rugby and they know it very, very well. They don't change their processes. They are hard running, they are hard tackling, they are hard hitting. And one thing that you will see is Pitbulls can be defeated if you put your minds to it. Old Georgians showed us in 2023 that they can be defeated. Ndoro decides to go for a little bit of a dab over the top. It goes straight out of play.
Out on the full.
Out on the full, and that means it's going to bring it all the way back to the halfway line. So continuing with the Pitbulls, because the Pitbulls know exactly what they do, and they now know the pool of players where they come from, Churchill and Lomagandi, they also play the same brand of rugby. So it doesn't really change as they come up here. What you can say changes is the intensity levels, because it's now under 20 is different from schoolboy rugby. So I think they've mastered that art, and I think other clubs need to do that. Harare Sports Club slowly working on it, and I'm sure in a year or two they should be knocking on the big boys' table in terms of actually wanting to get this one. But Chakirai gets the ball out. Very inventive. Very inventive, I must say. Oh, the ball continues to come out, but that ball was quite poor to Curtis Mashonganyika. And so he knocked it on. Also good to see one of our top female rugby players, Ruimbo Maisazita, I would say. Mchikanadzo, she's there. She plays very well for the ladies cheetahs as well as the women's sables. She's very much a part of that. And so
another powerful scrum there by the Pitbulls.
Ndoro to Ndoro. Oh, straight into the arms of Mashonganyika. Oh, that was beautiful play from the blind side, but would have loved to have seen him actually come around the fringes because there was some space. I can get the idea. He was looking for a 50-22 right at the halfway mark. There wasn't really anybody covering there, so
but the angle
was a little bit too tight for him to execute it. If it had come off, I think even Faf Duplessis would have been happy with that box kick, so to speak, or that touch finder. But not to be. Muzondiwa goes up, gets the ball, sends it out. Makwewera goes straight into contact, well held on to by Sports Club. Oh, looping run. Breaks through the defensive lines. Inside pop pass through the hands of Curtis Mashonganyika. Surely that was try time if he had handled that one. That was try time if he had handled that one. But what a brilliant piece of attacking play from the Pitbulls.
What a run, remember.
You're out of breath, I can see. That was breathless rugby. Entertaining rugby. Beautiful rugby. Beautiful, beautiful. And the pass was right there to be taken. But anyway, Mashonganyika missed it. So interesting setup as well. Sports Club are on the attack, but doesn't look like they've split their line, considering that the scrum is right in the center, looking for an 8-9 pick and go. Didn't work. Ndoro into traffic. Good leg drive. Oh, very good leg drive. He needs some support, and Sports Club are just watching the young man go. Surely you would have wanted to see more red and white jerseys coming round, but luckily for them, they do protect it. Onto the near side here. Tried to go for the pass. It was knocked forward. Sports Club still on the charge. Oh, that's a big tackle from Dewa, showing why he's a junior sable. Ball over the top. Still good hands. Offside for the Pitbulls. Surely this is a time to actually go for post. Ndoro goes for the quick tap. Chisungo comes out. PGC breaks away. Almost makes it. That's another penalty. Need to take their time. There's a lot of space on the far side and could easily have an overlap. Tap and go, decides to put it to the forwards. Not so sure taking it to the forwards is the best idea. Coming up against the Trakirai and Machimbo may not be good dessert, I would say. Losing possession, or rather losing meters, I would say. Ref has blown, and there's going to be a knock-on at the base and a scrum to the Pitbulls. A chance blown away by Sports Club. I thought, and that was just my thinking, after all, I thought going for post was the best idea, where the penalty was given, decent angle. Get some points on the board. You've been struggling for points whole game. Get some points on the board.
Probably given that the fly-off has been struggling with the kick and tee, so probably they opted maybe let's try and run it, because whenever they're carrying the ball, they've got some strong ball carriers as Harare Sports Club. Ndoro carried the ball very well. You also notice with the 8th man, he's a powerful ball carrier, so they were backing themselves to carry the ball over the line.
Yeah, and for Harare Sports Club, for those that have been following, or if you haven't been following the Paramount Archer Harare Under-20 Rugby League, Harare Sports Club has suffered their first defeat of the campaign last week. Or was it the week before? Losing out to Old Hararians. Must have been the week before, actually. Losing out to Old Hararians in the Harare Derby. And it doesn't seem like as if they have been the same. They got past their opponents last week. Relatively okay, but against the bigger sides, where you expect Harare Sports Club to step up, they haven't really been able to step up. But anyway, Osborne Mohambi did say it at the beginning of the season that his aim was to look at surprising maybe one of the big three. And I believe he meant Old Hararians, Pitbulls and Old Georgians. And so since they failed on the first step against Old Hararians in the Harare Derby, and at the present moment aren't doing too well against Pitbulls, they'll be looking for a much better output when they do meet the likes of Old Georgians, which won't be an easy contest anyway.
It won't be an easy match.
And but though credit to the Harare Sports Club team, got a pretty young side, some boys who are still in school will be representing their school sides. We did mention the Ndoro brothers, they'll be out there for St. George's. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to be watching any schoolboy rugby this season, watch out for St. George's. They are going to be very strong. They are retaining the bulk of their side last year, which really sent some shockwaves into the schoolboy rugby system.
They finished just behind St. John's, who were number 1 on the power rankings. But they really held their own last year as well, St. George's. Seems like Coach Rick is working on a good project there. With Mohambi also, he's also part of the technical team there at St. George's.
Oh yes, indeed. And now Harare Sports Club making some inroads and building up some phases, just looking to keep on hitting round the fringes, round the sides, as you can see, coming back into the traffic, hoping for a gap to open up, like in the same way it did for their first try. Chisungo to Ndoro. Ndoro goes in for the hit, but also taken down. And well, another penalty comes in. Brian, the kicking team may not necessarily be working well for Chisungo, but I doubt he would miss it from this angle and this distance.
So are you saying they've left maybe a couple points or not going for post?
100%. I feel they've actually left somewhere within the region of 9 to about 12 points with the penalties.
Which was going to close the gap.
Yeah, most definitely. It may not necessarily have made a huge dent, but it was going to give them some victories of knowing that we're slowly chipping away at the score.
They're finally calling for the kick and tee. Seems like sanity has finally prevailed.
Sanity has prevailed. The question is, will sanity be proven correct? Because sometimes sanity can be there, but may not necessarily be proven correctly. And Chisungo is now going to go for the conversion. Steps back a little, Chisungo played in the same side with the likes of Tafazoa Tigere. And as I did mention, it may have gone in there spinning. It may have gone in there like a dying duck, but the most important thing is that it went between the sticks.
And
So-
also the good thing about taking 3 points, you get time to rest as a team. And when it's kickoff, the ball is kicked back to you, so you can go again.
Oh yeah, going again. So this one is taking them to 8 points. They did miss their initial conversion. I know that there's a bit of confusion around where the 10 points might be coming off from the loud announcer, but they did miss their initial conversion. And so here's a kick upfield, high hanging, close to the touchline, punch back in. Musekiwa almost goes on a run, but brought to a halt. Ball comes out. Looks like we've got the young man, Nyamkondiwa, also known as Zaiso. Oh well, spins out of one tackle. Oh, lovely pass to Dewa. Dewa tries to go for the hit. Maybe tried to go a little bit too low. Ball still comes out. Curtis Mashonganyika hands it in to one of the forward runners. And the sports club seems to have gained possession. And I'm sure the referee is going to blow against that and says it's a penalty. Pitbulls gave away possession. Chisungo will try find touch. Oh, it spins back into the field. Chataika picks it up to Gwenzi. Oh, sidestep on the inside. Almost runs away, but finally taken down. Penalty. Pitbulls holding on. Tap needs to go back to its position. The kick not looking too good from Chisungo. Not so sure if it's a lack of confidence. Just not your day type of thing, but not looking too good from Chisungo. But well, the most important thing is he got it into touch.
But not too, they didn't gain too much distance.
Yeah, not too much distance. But I guess the most important thing is it went into touch this time round. And another line out for Sports Club hasn't been too great. And that's another form of evidence for it. Going in for the big hit. He breaks through one, sidesteps, looking for some support. Finally brought to ground. The clear out is good. Oh, what a lovely step. Overlap. Brendan Gwenzi is going to dive in for the second, and it's going to be try time for the Pitbulls. So that's his second try for the game. And again, joining the line, adding to the overlap, and ultimately breaking down Harare Sports Club. And now they're in the 40s. It's 43 points to 8. And conversion yet to come. Good to see the senior statesman in there. Nyamkondiwa, also known as Zaiso. Hard tackler, hard runner, grafter.
So far this season, only one team has put more than 10 points past
the Pitbulls.
That's all Georgians, so it's quite an interesting stat.
Yeah, well, credit to the new boys. They actually got 10 points onto the scoreboard for against, the Pitbulls. The kick not looking too great there, but they won't be worried too much. And so it remains 43-8. Single-digit figures. I mean, you credit though to Harare Sports Club for keeping on coming back, taking the punishment. They say take your stick.
I hope the hits don't drop now.
Yeah. They keep on going. Now, that's a high-hanging kick. Well taken. Deciding to go for a big boot upfield, and it's a big boot indeed. Picked up by Ndoro. Oh, that's a high tackle, and immediately that's going to be a yellow card. I don't think he's going to survive that one.
Even red.
It could even be red. He's very lucky that it is a yellow card. Well, Pitbulls have now fallen down to 14 men. And really, that was a really poor attempt. Now, he's very lucky. This is club level. At international level, it could have been far worse. And it could be worse. You could get a red card for that.
Because in international level, whilst you've got a yellow card, they'll be looking at it. Whether can they upgrade it to a red card or not.
And those rules will be coming to the Barters Trophy. Mind you, boys, if you're going to be watching this video, it's going to come to the Barters Trophy. You can be upgraded to a red card. So, better play, better tackling. Was there a need for that? I don't think the player really was going to break out and go anywhere. Just a little bit too slow on the pass there and taken down. But Sports Club retained possession. A little bit of poor handling. It's killing the gain line momentum. Lovely chicken wing pass. That was a deliberate knockdown. And that should be a yellow card. But the referee has been lenient, has only given away a penalty, maybe coming back to the first infringement. And again, Chisungo is going to try find touch. Credit to the technical bench for instilling confidence in his capabilities. We know he's more capable of a better game than the game that we have seen right now. Sports Club with another line out. Their line outs have not been great. Hopefully we'll get this one right. Well, at least he gets it back onto the right side of life. Looking to go through the fringes, does gain a meter or two. Yep. And that's another 10. Tap and go. Sports Club almost making their way through. The ball is free. Goes way behind Doro, back to the fullback. He sidesteps, comes back in, trying to find his way through. He does find his way through 2-3 tackles. Oh, well, that has been picked up. Now Kondiwa to Curtis Mashonganyika. He's looking to beat the man, and it looks like he has beaten the man. Still looking for a pass inside. Oh, well. It wasn't knocked on. Pitbulls are going to retain possession. And whilst the tackle was tough, I'm not so sure what held Mashonganyika back there. Was a decent runner back in school. Or maybe just felt he didn't have enough juice in the tank to go past the defenders. But anyway, he had the right idea to try and put the pop pass on the inside. Just didn't get there. So still the knock-on will be in favor of the Pitbulls, who will go ahead . So there's going to be a slight break in play. So we get ready to get moving. Remember now there's been a bit of a switch. Chataika has moved from scrum half, is now the scrum half, fly half rather. With the young man who's wearing jersey number 21 coming off the bench. To assist with matters here. Looks like Ngara. So here comes the scrum for the Pitbulls. From Ngara. Chataika. Oh, lovely sidestep. The gap opens up. I think that was one sidestep too many, Brian.
I thought he was going to take the space. Then it quickly closed.
The beauty of being in a ridiculous lead tends to allow you to do certain things that would usually be termed as a suicide. That was a forward pass. And the general feeling that from now, surely shouldn't be too many minutes left to the end of the match. All right, so ball comes out to Ndoro. Ndoro passes it out to the wing, and well, what was looking like fluid play has just ended in a cataclysmic pass going straight into touch, Brian, and I mean, problem upon problem that has been compounded for Sports Club. Whenever they want to try and get going, it doesn't seem to work out.
But they did show some flashes of brilliance in between the match. So they should not be too hard on themselves. Like you mentioned, Mohambi already knew that this year was more of like a building phase. It's a very young team. Like you mentioned, it's got even schoolboys who are still playing for St. George's Dragons. So it means probably if they stay together, probably by next year or next year by one, our Sports Club will be challenging the big three.
Let's see how that one goes. Nyanyiwa, who's now come onto the field of play, receiving that inside ball coming into the tackle. So a lot of subs that have come on. Postulos, one of the new players, big hit, goes in. Chataika decides to go into contact. That's a very isolated run and could lose the ball, and he has. Somehow. So, Sports Club lose the ball to Pitbulls, who are now very close. Might just send it out. They do. Dewa comes back, but not able to go over the whitewash. And that is a penalty. Looks like the Pitbulls were holding on. Last time we checked, the score is 43-8. And not too much time left in the match. But Brian, what would you love to see Harare Sports Club working on?
Mainly, I think they need to work on being clinical when they're in the strike zone. When they're in the opponent's 22-meter, they just need to be more clinical and finish.
Yeah.
They've been making a lot of mistakes whenever they've got good territory, they've got the ball, but not finishing.
So Postlos goes into contact there. Prepare another phase. Oh, that's an intercept. Has he got the wheels? Mashonganyika is right after him. In actual fact, 3 minutes come after him. Tried to go for the grabber. Mashonganyika loses out there. It looks like Harare Sports Club have won it. And it is a penalty against the Pitbulls. What are they looking to do? They look like they're a bit confused there. But ball comes out. Oh, should have released the ball. That's isolated. Might find contestation there. Not back 10. Well, he'll be lucky if the ref doesn't give that away as a knock-on. But anyway, ref was still coming to the mark. So Sports Club have got a penalty. Can correct arrears here. Defensive work now for the Pitbulls. They haven't had to do too much of that throughout the game. Oh, good leg drive. Good pick and go. Have they gotten it over the line? No, it doesn't look like it. Pass comes out. Dummy run. Chisungo. Can he go? No. He's been held. Contesting for it. Ball comes out quickly. Trying to go for the try. Pitbulls are defending with their lives. It's rolled out for Sports Club, but no way. They're not allowing it to go over. It's a knock-on, and it's going to be a 5-meter scrum for Harare Sports Club. So, Sports Club with some good, decent pressure. Something that we would have loved to have seen throughout the game, but has been a bit tough, to say the least. Bob Mahari calling for a big squeeze on the scrum. And when he says big squeeze, we know exactly what he's talking about. They want a big shove. They want a big push.
You just know any side coached by Bob Mahari and Jeff Madaki, you always know they want their forwards to be tough.
The scrum wheeled, but the ball was out, and Chisungo really struggling under the pressure. The ball not coming cleanly to him. Ndoro is looking to make a run there, hoping for the ball to come out to him. They've got a nice little overlap on this side, but Sports Club just not. And it's a penalty advantage to Sports Club for coming through the side. Did see the referee saying coming through the side. Another tap and go, hands. Again, isolated, but very lucky to clear it out quickly. Ball goes on the other side. Good leg drive, can he get over? No, he's centimeters short. Oh, they've left the ball behind. They've left the ball behind, but I think they were still under a penalty advantage. For the sake of double digits, just kick it through the post. I think they've struggled to penetrate the Pitbulls' defense. And it looks like a yellow card given to the Pitbulls, so hopefully for Sports Club, that means it's going to be good. Tap and go still. Chisungo pops it out.
Wow.
Couldn't release it, and Pitbulls managed to defend. Even down to 14, they know how to defend. Again, Sports Club building phase upon phase. We're looking at round about the 5th phase. Now Pitbulls have held him up. It's a maul, but it goes down quickly, so I don't think the referee will give that away as turnover. Ball is out. Oh no, he looked for the glory and he was smothered. There's still an overlap. Still an overlap. Oh, Sports Club have finally made it over. After over 15 phases of play. And
Pitbulls 45. Awaiting conversion points.
the confirmation that we have is 43-13, according to the last time we heard from the rest technical bench. But we'll obviously try and confirm that at the end of it all. And Chisungo will face the unenviable task of sending this between the sticks. Chisungo, a bit flat, but he gets it.
Conversion is successful.
So 43-15.
Pitbulls 45. Sports Club 17.
So that is 43-15, according to our last count. But Pitbulls won't be too worried. However, they'll be a bit concerned. They have now conceded an equal number of points as they conceded against a much more fancied Old Georgian side. Ball coming down. Not necessarily the smartest idea. Those pop passes when you're so close to your teammate, I doubt they ever really come off. But somehow, some way, these boys think they do.
Are they watching too much Super Rugby and RFC?
Yeah, and Pro 14 and Gallagher Premiership all wrapped in one. Scrum for Sports Club have been shoved, but won't be too worried. Ndoro tried to find the pass, didn't quite find it. Mashonganyika went for the kick, and that is a penalty because they obstructed the man.
Interesting decision.
So they're going to go for a tap and go. Well, you can do that when you're leading 43-15. I mean, you can do absolutely anything. Nyamkondiwa gets a chance, makes a couple of meters himself. Ball comes out again to Taika. Mashonganyika decides to come back inside. Chataika. Oh, big pass way out there. Can't stop the big man, can they? Chataika faked an inside pass. Side step and on the outside, try time. Whoa! Quick feet, silky feet. And so that takes the Pitbulls to 48. And with the conversion yet to come, should be able to take them to half a century if they can get this one right. Surely this should be the last phase of play as we await the game of the home side.
Against the new boys, the Zambezi Steelers.
It's the Old Georgians, Dragons. Can they breathe fire on the steel of the Steelers? Or can the Steelers steal the game away from the Old Georgians on their home patch? That we will await to see. So as the conversion is ready to come, to estimate that around about 2 to 3 minutes left for this encounter to come to an end. Got the distance, and it got over. It went over. So 50 points to 15, and that is it. The ref brings an end to the misery of Harare Sports Club. Another dominant win by the Pitbulls. A dominant first half. That's what they had. Went into the halftime break leading 31 points to 5. They came to just add a little bit more salt to the wounds, and they managed to do the business. So Pitbulls win this one 50 points to 15 against Harare Sports Club.
Players, thank you very much. We appreciate you.